Hey everybody, welcome back to JuJu's Journey. If you're new here, I'm Angela. I'm a 58-year-old widow sharing my journey of starting over. I live on a very fixed income and I'm learning to budget with purpose. And today we are going to be doing my weekly cash stuffing using a zero-based budget where every single dollar has a job before the month even begins. So let's get started. This is my cash wallet that I carry with me in my purse every week. I do my very best to try to only spend cash. Okay, so what I normally do is I go through, pick out all of my receipts, and I scan my receipts into an app called Fetch Rewards. I'll put that link into my description, and if you're interested, if you use my link, you'll get points and I'll get points, and it's a win-win for both of us. But all you do is scan in your receipts, and then you receive points, and you can redeem those points for gift cards. And it's really a win-win, like your money's working for you. I love the Fetch app. Y'all, this week, normally you know what I do. I go through my wallet, gather my ones that I have not spent. I gather all the money in all of my categories. Anything extra I pull. I normally don't pull lunch, and I normally don't pull giving. But this week, guys, I spent every penny except for $3. I have 3 $1 bills to go into my savings challenge at the end of this video. And let's see if I have any change. I have a little bit of change. I know I have more receipts. I do have more receipts in my pocketbook that I did not stick back in my wallet. So this is going to be like easy peasy to load this week. Oh, it's been a week. Okay, if you're new here, you know that I'm on a very tight fixed income and I only get paid once a month, but I do stuff my envelopes on a weekly basis. So what I do whenever I set my budget for the beginning of the month, I go ahead and when I do my budget, I pre-plan. I know how many denominations I'm going to need of each bill, 5, 10, 15s, 5, 10, 20s, 50s, and 100s that I'm going to need for the whole entire month to stuff my videos. And I go ahead and pull my whole $3,000 because I'm a month ahead, and I keep $3,000. Well, actually, I keep more because I don't want to go into the $3,000. But I have a cushion in the bank, so all of my drafts for my bills, I have money in the bank at all times to cover those. But I still like to pull all of my cash so I can have a relationship with it. So I'll explain that a little bit more as we go along. So this is my bank binder, and at the beginning of the month, it holds $3,000. And at the end of the month, it doesn't hold any money. You get what I'm saying? Because I've already pre-planned giving all of this money a job. So JuJu, that's me. I give myself $50 a week, and that's to spend any way I want to. If I want to buy my grandchild a gift, I can. If I want to do something a little bit special, I can. And normally I do have money left over in this envelope. This week I do not. Groceries, I give myself $50 a week for groceries. And like I said, nope, I don't have any extra. Dining out, I give myself $30 a week. I've been more intentional because I've been checking in on my I've been checking in on my bank app and making sure that I come in and pull the cash and put it back into the bank instead of letting debit cards just kind of fly by. You know, I've done that with, what is the, not Uber, DoorDash. I've been kind of like letting them slide and not pulling them out of my weekly budget. And this week I did not let anything slide. And I also had like a Sam's Club for $66 that I ordered online. It was coffee and protein shakes. But I had to order over 50 for it to be free shipping. So that came out of my cash wallet this week. And I also went to Tropical Smoothie with my daughter, and it was $33.84, and that came out of my cash wallet this week. And then I also went to my son's birthday, my grandson's birthday, and I stopped and picked up drinks and things like that before we got to the birthday party. So basically, that's the reason my whole cash wallet was empty this week. I just had a little bit more expenses than normally. So lunch, I give $20 a week. Miscellaneous gets $10. And miscellaneous is if I spend 30, okay, let's just say I spent $35 on lunch or dining out. Then I can come over here and use this $10 to pay the difference. And normally, like I said, all of the cash that I have left over at the end of the month or at the end of the week, I usually pull it to go towards some of the savings challenges that I have. And this week I only had $3 left. So giving, I leave giving in this envelope. Right now I have 5, 10, 15, 20, $20 in giving. And I do have one gift card that I have not given away yet. And that is for a $10 Burger King gift card. It's very important to try to give any way you can, but I haven't really gone anywhere to give. So I just let it accumulate. And if I see something that I feel like needs to be given away, then I have it already pre-planned in my budget, which makes me so excited. So it makes me feel really good to have this stuffed because I'm not used to not having money in my cash wallet. I only had $3 left. You're talking about cutting it to a wire this week. Wow. So now let's just go over bills. This is the last week of the month. So insurance was paid. My water bill was paid. Electricity was paid. Phone bill was paid. Internet was paid. Checking fees, that's going to come out this week. I mean, it may even come out today, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this money. And let me see what I do with my bank binder. Hold on, guys. Oh, here it is. I'm going to set this money to go back into the bank. Car service plan has been paid. Scrubbies has been paid. Subscriptions has been paid. Gas money, I did pay it, but I do have an abundance of gas money left. So when I do my July budgeting, I'm probably going to not put any, I'm not going to budget any money towards gas. Now we're going to get to this part. So all of these categories are now empty because I planned for the whole month of June. The only envelope that's going to have money left in it is gas. The rest of these envelopes will be empty at the end. And if I have any money remaining, I will put it in my overflow, okay? So overflow will have cash in it, and gas will have cash. But the rest of it's going to be empty, and then I'll restuff this with $3,000 at the beginning of July. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get to the cash. Okay, we always start with the most important categories of stuff. The most important. Right now I have house insurance, car insurance, house taxes, and car taxes. These 4 bills are the 4 bills that stress me out the most. Being single, living alone, living on a fixed income. I pay all of these bills only once a year, and these bills can sneak up on me, so I have to pre-plan to make sure that I have enough money to pay these when they come due. I'm very fortunate. I've already fully funded car taxes, and that means next, I think it's in March, my car taxes will be due, but I've already got them paid. And let me see what my, I have $700 for car taxes, and it's fully funded. I do not have to put any more money here. But what I've chosen to do is do a snowball effect and try to get all of these paid off, kind of like the Dave Ramsey method of paying off debt. Well, I'm looking at these as future debt, right? Because they're bills. So they are debt. So I'm going to take the money that I normally would budget for this, which is $20 a week, and I'm going to add that 20 to my house taxes. And my house tax money normally would receive $25 each week, right? But now with that 20 and 25, now I'm going to give it $45 and try to fully fund it, okay? So let's go ahead and add 45. Today is June 28th. Plus 45. And normally I've been taking my extra money out, the extra cash that I wouldn't spend in my cash wallet, and apply to this as well. But this week I do not have extra cash. So let's see what we've got going on. I only need $1,200, so I may not even have to do the whole $45. Hold on. 1,065 plus 45 equals, that would put me at, okay, 1,110. So yeah, I still have to keep going. Okay, so that will put me at 1,110. So let me go ahead and pull $45. I've had a very weird month, y'all. Very weird month. You know, the tree fell. Just kind of put a damper on a lot of things in my life. So I'm going to have to redo my budgeting system. I've kind of redone it a little bit this month, but not on paper, just a little bit. I've got to have the remainder of the tree removed, but I decided not to make it an emergency. So for, what are we talking about? Car taxes, right? We've already fully funded it. So now we're talking about house taxes. And our goal is $1,200 before it's fully funded. And right now we have $1,110. So we've got $500 in the bank. These are placeholders. 6, 7, 8, 9, 950. Let's go ahead and 950 and make that $1,000. And then we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So that's 1,100, and then 2 5s make 10. So we are correct in that. And like I told you before, the most important thing you can do in budgeting, in my opinion, is really keep up with your little budget sheets. Okay, so we're almost there, guys. Okay, car insurance is going to receive $40 for car insurance. And let's get this out. Today's the 28th plus 40. So that would be $960. And my goal for this one is $2,400, and I only have $960. And it's already at the, this is the last cash stuffing, so we're 6 months in. So I'm not even halfway there, which makes me, I didn't budget right, but that's why I'm going to have to use my overage, what I don't spend in my cash wallet, to help fund these. So we've got 500, 600, 700, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, $960. I do put my money, these are cash holders. Whenever I accumulate enough money, like this is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, I can take that 100 and go ahead and deposit it coming up. And I'll put it in my high yield savings account. And I use Ally, and it's wonderful. I'll link that platform or that bank in my description as well. You earn 3% interest on your savings, and then also you can add buckets. It's a high yield savings account, and I highly, highly recommend it. I found out about Ally by watching other platforms on YouTube that do cash stuffing, and that's the best thing I've done so far. It's easy to sign up for. You can link your bank to that bank, and you can transfer money there, and then you can also transfer back to your bank when you need your money. So it's really kind of cool. So next is house insurance, and I give house insurance $50 a week. And I should have $150 left. And I do. And let's go ahead and put plus 50. That's going to give me $1,310. Let's see if that's correct. We've got 1,000 in the bank, 100, 200. So we've got 1,200 in the bank, 1,200, $1,310. So that is correct. And see, my goal for that is $3,600. Long way to go. House insurance is not due until February. Car insurance is not due until February. House taxes are due in December. Okay, so pets and vet receive $10 a week. Well, actually, it's supposed to receive $20. And so what I've been doing is, since that tree thing came in, I cut down on some categories this month. So let me cash this out real quick. And so instead of giving pets and vet $20 a week this month, after my tree fell, I've been giving only 10 for the past couple of weeks and putting the 10 in lawn and garden to try to save up for that tree. June 28th plus 10. And pets and vets, that's for their future vet bills. So I'm going to take this 10 and put it up away and put this 10 in, and I should have $270. So we've got 100, 250 in savings, and then 70 plus 20 makes $70. So $270 for pets and vet. Every little bit pays off, y'all. It just accumulates. Emergency is going to receive 5. So let's get to the 5s. Most important part is tracking. I normally fill in my tracking before I make the video, but now that I'm pulling cash to go towards, you know, the tree cutting, I'm actually updating it while we're watching together, because it's a little bit different. But next month when I do my budgeting, it'll be different. It'll be I'll go ahead and update my budget sheets, because I'll already account for that extra tree cutting money. So we've got 100 in savings, 5, 10, 50, 20. So we've got $120 saved up for emergency. That doesn't sound like a lot. I do have a little bit more emergency money, because whenever I started this new year doing this, because I've been doing this since 2025, January, I started out this new year like I had a 0 balance, and I should not have done that. Next year I'll keep a running balance. Savings is going to receive a 5. So you would think savings, emergency, you know, it's all kind of like the same thing. But when your spouse dies, you're kind of like in, you're just worried all the time, right? That you're not going to be okay. So I just make tons of little different savings accounts. It just makes myself feel better to know that I have money tucked away in all these categories. So 100, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So we've got 120 in savings. And Dell Medical is going to receive a $5 bill as well. That should bring us to 120 there in medical. So we have 100, 5, 10, 15, 20. $120 in medical. Okay, now car maintenance. Let's see what we were doing with car maintenance. Only $5. And I'm going to keep stuffing, because who knows, I might need tires. My car's fairly new. It's only a year old. So I don't really think I'm going to need to put maintenance into it, except for tires. So we should have $75. I did pay to have them rotated, so oh, I didn't mean to pull out my dashboard. Let's put that booger back in so I do not get confused. So we have 50 in the bank, 55, 60, 65, 70, $75. So $75 for car maintenance. House maintenance is going to receive 5. Slow and steady wins the race. Of course, this is just normal wear and tear for house maintenance, like air filters, little things like that. Paint, if you're going to paint a room. I really need to do some major upgrades on my house, but I'm not saving for that yet. 100, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So I've got $120 in house maintenance. I was saving up to paint my craft room, but I have not done that yet. Month ahead is going to receive $5. I'm already 1 month ahead which is awesome. I want to be 3 to 6 months ahead. I'm going to start that focusing big time on that after I get those 4 major bills paid off. But I'm just going to truck along and put $5 back each week just to help cushion that process. So we've got 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. $80. This will pay a phone bill, so I'm already getting ahead of the ball game. Won't pay my electric bill yet. I am very fortunate. I'm debt-free. I don't have a house payment. I just have my core bills. Tax prep is going to start getting money. No, Amazon Prime is going to start getting money. Tax prep needs to be getting money too. But Amazon Prime, that came out. Last year I paid it for the whole year, and I saved, I can't remember, like $40. But it came out of my, it popped out of my checking account this past week for $150.12. I didn't have that budgeted, so I just took that as a loss. And I figured out that I have to stuff this $4 a week in order for it to pay that bill for next year. So I'm just going to start stuffing. I'm going to put that in my budget for next month. So this binder is completely taken care of. I call that my high priority. You know, saving for doctor bills, saving for your future, month ahead, things like that. This binder's a little bit more fun, but it's still very important to me. Okay, 5th week for me. I just started this category. We have like 4 months a year that have 5 weeks in it. And I only budget for 4 weeks. And so in those 5th weeks are really hard because I don't stuff any of these binders, but my cash wallet, I have to live 2 weeks off of 1 week of stuffing, right? So I decided I was going to start stuffing for the 5th week. Just a little bit of money to tide me over for my cash wallet that goes in my pocketbook. Just enough money to help me get by for that 5th week that comes around every now and again. We only have 1 more 5th week, and that's coming up in August. And then we have no more for the rest of the year. So I'm going to stuff $10. And that should give me 40. I just started this not long ago. I think I'm out of 10, so it'll be 2 5s. Let's see if I have $40 in 5th week. Yep. 10, 20, 30, 35, and 40. So when August gets here, I will be prepared. I won't be like, oh, I've got to live off of $50 for 2 weeks of groceries. Vacation is going to receive $20. I really need to up this too. But right this month, we're giving it $20. And that should give us $290. I did already use vacation money this year. And so now I'm saving up for a second little vacation. And that vacation is going to be in October. And it will be here before we can even blink. That's only 3 months because it's going to be October 2nd through the 10th. So we've got $100, $200, $50, $70, $80, $200, and it should be $290. Yeah, $250, $60, $70, $80, $90. That's right. So I don't even have $300 saved. But I do save for entertainment. Normally I give entertainment $5 a week. And this is for if I wanted to go to the movies. I already pulled $100. No, I pulled $100 to help pay for the tree people to cut that limb out of that tree. I decided just to pull it from here. I had to pay them $200, so I pulled from here in Adventure. So I have $20 now saved up for entertainment. I may end up using entertainment for vacation as well. It's your money. You can kind of change it up any way you want. Like I said, I overcompensate because I'm so scared of not having money for different things that I need in life. So I want to go ahead and kind of prepare any way I can. So I'm only going to do $5. This normally gets 10. But Adventure's only going to receive 5, and the other 5 is going to go towards tree removal. So that's $85. So let me go ahead and pull 2 5s. I'm going to put one away and put one here. I budgeted for June $10 a week for Adventure. But that silly tree. Okay, so we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, $85. In Adventure, it's like if you want to go somewhere special on the weekend or something. I might go visit my friend who lives in North Carolina, and I probably will use Adventure money to pay for that trip, anything special. Okay, special gift for my daughter is going to receive $15. This money's starting to add up, which makes me happy. She deserves every bit of it. I'm saving up to try to get her a necklace with her dad's thumbprint on it. She's kind of like the glue that holds the family together. And she's been that way since her dad died. And she needs to know how much we appreciate her, you know. So we've got 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So 160 for special gift. Personal care is going to receive 5. I think I was going to cap this off for the rest of this month since I already had 105. So I'm going to take the 5 that I would have put in personal care and stick it over here for tree. Wish list. This is going to receive 5. I'm not going to give up on wish list apparently. 210 for, I should have $210 for wish list. That's for something that, like last year I bought myself a computer. And I needed one really bad. So $210 we have for wish list. I don't have a wish right now. I don't have anything that I'm setting that goal for. So I'm just going to let that accumulate. Clothes normally gets $5 a week. And what I'm going to do there is I'm not going to stuff it because I don't need clothes money this week. And I'm going to put $5 towards the lawn and garden. Lawn and garden, we're not going to stuff right this second. We're going to keep going forward to see what's going on. Gifts, I don't have any more gift money to give. No more gifts this month, for the rest of the year. So I'm going to take that money that I would normally put there and put towards the tree. Easter, I'm not stuffing Easter right now. Thanksgiving is fully funded. Christmas is fully funded. Christmas Child and Fire Department and monthly giving, I'm not going to start stuffing quite yet. But Christmas is for food and Thanksgiving is for food. And I have $100 in both of those categories, okay? So gifts, lawn and garden. Okay, let's see what we're going to put towards lawn and garden. We have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Plus 30. Last week we did 40, so I must have given $5 each for those Easter and Thanksgiving, but I'm not doing that this week. So that should be 1, 4, 5, 6, 175 towards tree removal. 10, 15, we've got 100 in savings. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, and 75. So $175. I don't know. It's going to cost several $1,000s to get it removed. It makes my stomach hurt thinking about it. So we're completely, we've done this binder. We're done with it. And next, my very favorite binder in the whole entire world is for my lovely, lovely children. So we've got 5, 10, 15. I count. I have 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. I need to update these, but I'm not going to do it today, okay? So each of my grandchildren receive $5 a week. I have 5 grandchildren. And this is to buy birthday and Christmas. And I give each of them $100 for birthday and $100 for Christmas. And then my children and their spouses, the girls get $100 for birthday and Christmas. And the guys get $50 for birthday and Christmas. Just because guys, they don't care about gifts like girls do. They're going to turn around and spend it on their family anyway. You know. That's what. Okay, so we're all good there. So we've got every binder stuff for this week. And now, let's see how we did. I set a budget last month, and I've gotten to the point that if I have extra money, it's okay. Like I have 3s and 1s. Like, I'm glad I have an overage because it makes me happy. Because then at the end of the year or end of the month, if I need extra money for something, I don't have to go and pull it out of, that 1 month ahead. I can just save up and use it accordingly. So I've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. So $148 goes into overflow, which makes me extremely, extremely happy, guys. because now I can do a few things with overflow that will make more sense to me, that can help me out better. And you know, one of the things I think I'm going to do, since we have a good amount in overflow, is we're going to go back. So everything's empty except for overflow is going to have money in it and gas money. So I'm going to go back to my high priorities. And what did my house taxes need to be fully funded? Do we remember? Let's see. We need $90 to make it fully funded. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, since I have extra. 20, 40, 60, 80, $90. And then I can take this money and put it in the bank whenever I go to the bank. Let me go ahead and write that down. 628 plus 90 makes it $1,200, and I am fully funded. Oh man, y'all, you know what I did? I just mixed up money, didn't I? How did I do this? No, I didn't. Okay. So this is going to go back into overflow. And maybe next month I can give a little bump out to something else. It's just another way of saving money, guys. Another way of saving. Any way that works for you, okay? So let's see what house taxes has. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $1,000. And this should be 200. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So we are completely, fully funded. I'm so excited that I was able to save enough money to get that going. So next week, whenever I do my budget, the $25 will nail. The $25 from this category and the $20 from car taxes will now go towards car insurance. So that's $45 plus 40. So $85 will start going into car insurance. And so hopefully I can pay this, get this one fully funded. And then once this is fully funded, we'll start trying to fully fund house insurance. So let me see if I have a fully funded card. I do. Yay. So now I have 2 of them fully funded. Fully funded. Do you know how excited that makes me? So we have one more thing we've got to do. And that is the savings challenge. We only have 3 $1 bills this week. So we can check off 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. I need only $5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before the savings challenge is done. And when it's done, I'll have $60, and I'll take this 60 and I'll apply it to something that I feel it needs to go to. It might go towards paying off that debt, those 4 bills that worry me so much. Or I might apply it towards my vacation that's coming up. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. First of all, I need to save $5, don't I? 5 ones, that is. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. You know, remember, starting over doesn't mean starting from nothing. It just means, you know, starting with experience. Life is hard. But anyway, this week reminded me so much of why I love using a zero-based budget. Because, you know, I had the surprise of the Amazon Prime. And I had money in my checking account to pay for that. I was able to, you know, buy my gas, which was, you know, pre-funded. I already know that I'm going to pay off 2 bills, or already paid off, that aren't even due until next year. All of those worries are now, my stress level is slowly going down. Like, I can do this. And if I can do it, guys, you can do it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you, you know, give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, and let's go on this journey together. Bye.